So umekaa tu hivi, then from nowhere unasikia umeserviwa divorce papers. What do you do? If there was nothing wrong with your marriage, if you thought it was going on very well, and you thought that you people will never divorce, but then he has gone or she has gone to an advocate, the advocate has been able to file the divorce, and then kukaa tu hivi umeshtukia umeletewa karatasi, pap, divorce paper served. What would you do at that point? Do you continue crying? Do you take your time and maybe take time to go and try and mourn the situation? Do you start remembering things that have happened to you in the past? Do you try and reconcile the moments and everything that you've been able to overcome together? Will you be filled with anger, or what are you supposed to do? Legally, all those things are supposed to happen. Confusion, anger, and everything else should happen. But one most important thing that you should do and ensure that you do is that you must ensure that you respond to those court papers, because the moment that divorce has been filed, it means that this person is recognizing you as a wife or as a husband, and that is a very good thing when it comes to the legal processes, because that means that if you had built a life together from the time you started living with this person to the time you have received the papers, it means that everything you've been able to create together, those things can be able to be subdivided or referred to as the matrimonial property. And matrimonial property ni zile properties zenye mnatengeneza kutoka wakati mmeoana, wakati mmefunga ndoa, mnaendelea mkitengeneza hizo properties all the way to the point when the divorce is finalized. So even when the papers have been served and this person continue buying other things until the last day when you get the divorce order, then that person, those things are considered as the matrimonial property. Therefore, if someone comes and surprises you with those court papers, what you need to do is that first of all, you need to know that this person already recognizes you as their spouse. They recognize you as the husband, or they recognize you as the wife. Na sasa, what you're supposed to do is that respond to the divorce and tell the court whether you want the divorce or you do not want the divorce. Most of the time, even if you do not want the divorce, itapeanwa. The only thing that will happen is that the court might give you 3 or 4 months for you to reconsider your situation. Then after the 6th, 4th or 6th month, then the court will come and give the divorce papers and the divorce orders. The moment you get the divorce orders, the first thing that you should do, or let me take you back kiasi. The moment you receive the papers from this person who has filed a petition to divorce you, what you are supposed to do is that you are supposed to sit down, write down all the properties that you know belonging to him and belonging to the family. Anything that is in joint account, anything that is in the joint names, especially the titles, the motor vehicles and everything, anything that is owned by that person who is divorcing you, na kila kitu ambacho mumenunua during the pendency of that marriage. Na si lazima ikuwe ni wewe umenunua, anything yenye amenunua that can be called an asset. You need to sit down, do a list of all those items, and then when you get the list of items, those properties that you can be able to caution, the first thing that you do is to caution the properties. Kama kuna title deed na unaona huyu mtu atauza, go caution those properties. After umemaliza kucaution the properties, sasa unakuja unachukua karatasi yako, the petition, unapelekea wakili, and the wakili will do the response to that petition. Wakati wakili amekaa chini afanye hii kitu ambayo inaitwa response, anafanya response ambayo itaweza kukusaidia kwa kesi ambayo inakuja. And it's a reason why you are told to go to sharp advocates who understand that this is just the battle, the war is coming, meaning that whatever you are fighting between the two of you in the divorce case, that is just the minute idea of what will happen in the children's case, in the matrimonial properties case, and in any other dispute that will come out of this relationship. Remember, these were people who loved each other. Love has turned sour, and now they are not understanding each other. So what you're supposed to do is that you get the properties, caution them as soon as possible, then go and respond to the divorce and tell them you do not want to waste your time fighting for something that is already gone, fighting for something that is already done. Yakimwagika hayazoleki. Kwa hivyo, the only thing that we can do in this point is to agree that you are being divorced, na sasa tuendelee na maisha. tuende uitikie pale kwa divorce. Pia wewe unataka divorce ama upinge kama hautaki. Wakati umemaliza tu kupinga hivi, the first thing that you should start doing is to prepare the pleadings ama makaratasi ya kitu ambacho kinaitwa Matrimonial Properties Course. Hii ni mahali unaenda sasa kusema yes, tumeoana kwa miaka 30, kwa miaka 20, kwa miaka 10, na all these years kuna properties ambazo tumetengeneza. Niko na list ndio hii hapa, na wakati hiyo list niko nayo hapa, nataka ujue ya kwamba kwa hiyo list mimi naitisha 50%. Kama ulikuwa umetengeneza, if you are part of the properties, you need to start at a higher figure. Kama you are the owner, wewe ndio umeandikwa kwa title deed, unaweza sema all these properties belong to me. Kama si wewe umeandikwa kwa title deed, unaweza enda useme ya kwamba mimi nataka 50% of everything that we have been able to do all these years. Unaanzia juu ndio koti ishukishe ama itikie na chenye wewe unasema. Therefore you start at a higher figure going lower to ensure that you can be able to get what you want. Therefore unaanza 50 ama 60%, koti inaenda ina consider inakupatia 40 ama 30%, whichever you deserve. Na kumbuka pale kwa matrimonial properties, because hapo ndipo kuna shida kubwa, lazima you prove something called contribution. Na contribution si lazima ikuwe ni monetary. There are two types of contribution. Contribution number one ni yenye ni monetary. Nilitoa pesa mimi nikaeka kwa property tukanunua hiyo property. That is what is called monetary contribution. Wakati hauna hiyo receipt ambayo inaonyeshana ulitoa pesa kwa mfuko yako ukaeka kwa bank account ndio mnunue hiyo property, what you are supposed to have is something else called non-monetary contribution. Wakati bwana wako alikuwa anaenda kazi, wakati bibi yako alikuwa anaenda kazi, wewe ndiye ulikuwa unaachwa, you prepare the babies, you prepare the house, you take care of the family home, and you go ahead and take care of all his needs. Unaacho unafua nguo, unaacho unamprepare akienda kazini, unafanya unampikia, unaangalia watoto. That can be considered as contribution. Therefore you need to know that contribution can either be monetary or non-monetary, na hivyo ndivyo inaenda. Wakati uko na hiyo, wakati umekosa receipts, kumbuka kuweka hizi vitu ambazo zinasema nilipata mtoto this age. Wakati alikuwa ananunua hiyo property, mtoto wangu alikuwa 6 months, kumaanisha sikuwa na income, nilikuwa naendelea na hiyo process ya kukuwa naangalia watoto. Mkimaliza tu hivi, koti iseme umepata 50% of the matrimonial property, whether ata appeal ama hata appeal, unampeleka hiyo koti ingine. Hiyo koti ingine ni koti ya watoto, na pale koti ya watoto kuna kitu ambayo inaitwa affidavit of means. Affidavit of means ni yenye ninaenda naeka nasema mimi I earn 20,000. My wife anaeka yake anaonyeshana ya kwamba ana earn 1 million. Kwa hivyo mimi naambiwa I am poor, I cannot be able to take of the care of the babies. Mimi kazi yangu itakuwa tu ni kuwalipia kitu kama medical, na yeye bibi yangu anaambiwa achukue kitu ambayo inaitwa housing, entertainment, anaambiwa achukue clothes, anaambiwa achukue food, anachukua kila kitu. Mimi maybe nitaambiwa tu nichukue medical kwa sababu hiyo ndio iko chini. Hiyo affidavit of means ni yenye unaleta ya kuonyeshana what each party ana earn, ndio uonyeshane the capability of the person who is able to provide for the family. And the most painful thing, especially to men, ni wakati ambapo unaambiwa you provide 90% na pia unaambiwa hawa watoto hawataishi na wewe, na ukitaka kwenda kuwaona lazima ukuwe na kitu ambayo inaitwa supervised visits. Yani watoto ni wako, unalipa 90%, lakini koti imedecide ya kwamba wewe ni mnyama, you cannot live with them, and if you want to see them you must do what is called a visit that is supervised. Unaenda na mzee wa nyumba 10, unaenda na chief, unaenda na polisi, you must have this supervised visit. Therefore unapata watu wako confused in such a manner ya kwamba they do not know what they need. Therefore the divorce papers zimekuja, do not grieve too much. Wait, start planning for matrimonial course and start planning for the children's matter. My name is Nderu. Kindly subscribe, share and recommend us to your friends.